kids, today we are going to do an idea list that is basically centered around your ABCs. So basically what this is creating any sort of brainstorming using the alphabet. And so I'm going to show you one that I've done in the past, and then we'll talk about other things that you could make ABC lists of. So if I label it, I'm labeling it like this because it's my ABC ideas. This is not yet organized in a chart. So here's where we're going. I have done this before. So I did ABCs of superheroes, and it spanned over 2 separate pages, and you can see that I made ABC boxes. Okay, this worked out okay for me. Some people preferred to write ABCs of superpowers at the top of the page, and then they just wrote like A, B, C, D all the way down, and then they just made commas after the different things. That's perfect. The idea of it is simply to organize your thinking in such a way so that you are creating a list of words. So this was superpowers. So like B, there was a baby, Bacon Man. F, their superpower would be flying or the force, and someone did regurgitate for R. There are lots of things that you could do this ABC list of ideas with. So let's do some brainstorming. So we have the superpowers. Okay, and you may want to go ahead and make this list in your journal and with your ideas list of things you could do with this ABC ideas, or you could really do it with anything. You could just make, superpowers and just write down a bunch of superpowers. So all of these could be idea lists or as ABC order lists. It doesn't really matter. So I have superpowers. I could do something with like a conflict, like what conflict my characters may face in a story that's based on the alphabet. So, like D could be like a duck-bill platypus coming to eat them. I don't really know. Maybe W would be that they have grown wings and can't fly. They're just kind of awkward. So I could do conflict. I could do the superpowers. I've seen some kids who just do like names. I've seen like the connotation of words. We have CONNOTATION, positive and negative words. So they made one ABC list that had positive words, one that was more negative words. I have some idea or some word lists that maybe you want to do like other than said or good or whatever. You can make an ABC list that has a whole bunch of words that not mean the same thing, because nothing that means the same thing is said, but that has similar other words that if a character is speaking, these are other words that I could use instead of saying said, said, said. So you could really do ABC ideas on just about anything. Like I said, I like character names and things like that. I've seen a lot of word lists, and the superpowers is always a nice one, as well as the conflict. So what I'd like for you to do is go ahead and pick one of these, and you may choose to set it up in that grid, which you can go ahead and rewind if you want to take a look at that grid that I had in the notebook that covered the pages, and do boxes, or maybe you want to do it like this. Again, this marker is really big. I don't suggest writing this largely, but that's okay. And let's say I'm doing conflict, and maybe A could be an ape. Let's see, an F would be that they're fighting. I could put fight with robot monster. I don't really know. Maybe the D is that they drank poison. I don't know, but you could also just organize it like this, or set it up into a table where maybe your boxes just stick on one page. It doesn't really matter. There's no wrong way to do this. The idea of it is to get your brain really focused in on a single topic like conflict, and the alphabet just gives you a place to start because it forces your brain to go, okay, I need something that starts with a B. So what could they do? They could get beaten at checkers or whatever, and then you're able to write something in that box. And then before you know it, even if you don't have all of the letters, maybe you have 15 or 18 different ideas, and then you're able to take those ideas and transfer them directly into a story. Maybe it's a story you already have. Maybe you can have your character face one of these conflicts in the piece that you are writing, or maybe you can have, you can write a new story or a poem or just a little snippet. Remember, give yourself grace, leave some space. It's okay if you don't write the whole piece. It's okay if you don't know what the poison is and if they're going to survive and who gave them the poison and what kind. Don't talk about that. Maybe it's just that moment that your character has realized that whatever he or she just drank is poisoned. And ultimately, who knows? Maybe that is the demise of that character, or maybe that character like grew up in Magic Land and has some sort of internal, doesn't get sick from that kind of poison inside of him or her. I don't know. But remember that that's not the important part anyway. If the part that you're picturing is the moment that the robot monster steps out and you want to describe that and you want to go back to some of the mentor text for description, then that's what you do. Focus yourself where it really matters. Okay, matters to you because you are the writer, you are the one with the power, you are the one with the words, and when you're bored, I'm bored as your reader. All right, so happy listing. Come show me what you try, and we will see you soon.